In Green Hell, one of the more difficult things to understand is that before you can learn to save your life, you have to learn to save your game. So this is going to be a quick start guide to show you what you need to do in order to save your game to continue on to save your life as well as your wife's. As with any survival game, you're going to start off by gathering supplies. The first couple of things you're going to need are rocks and sticks. Now I'm going to go ahead and spare you the boredom of seeing me collect all of these materials. I'll do the grind, you skip the time, I'll be back with you in a minute. But suffices to say, if you can grab it, go ahead and get it. I will let you know that do be careful because, yes, day one in this game, there are things such as spiders and rattlesnakes that will kill you. Move with caution, but grind and get your supplies. First question many people have is, where do I find small rocks? All I can get are big stone. Well, we go ahead and then right click on the big stone and find harvest. That will allow you to, with your bare hands, make small stones. I know it's ridiculous, but that's the way the game works. But that is something that you do want to do in early game because you will want those small stones to craft into tools. Go ahead and go into your craft menu then, grab 2 of those small stones, and when you have 2 of them put together, that will allow you to stone blade. Basically like flint knapping. Go ahead and make a stone blade. Probably you're going to want to make a couple, but we'll take that stone blade and start chopping at the small trees. Keep in mind the small trees, like the thing that's smaller than your arm, because that is something you'll be able to chop that down. You are going to need long sticks. You're going to need 4 of those, as well as several of the smaller sticks that will come down from chopping those small trees down. You're probably going to want to chop down at least 2 of those small trees, and picking up everything that comes along with it. No game would be complete without an inventory maximum problem. Once you've found a base camp, go ahead and just go into your inventory and just start clicking on the sticks to drop them off. Literally create a pile of sticks on the floor to begin with because you'll be needing all the supplies to make your shelter. And of course you're also going to want to be looking for palm plants like this in order for you to be able to harvest the palm leaves, like that. I found that for the first structure, 1 plant will usually suffice. Speaking of structure, open up your handy dandy notebook. Let's take a look at shelters. Now the first 2, don't be mistaken. You're going to need to get logs for the first 2 as well as 26 palm leaves. Take a look at options. I like the hut shelter. You only need long sticks and 13 palm leaves. That's what we're going with. Something to keep ourselves alive. The good old-fashioned, I've always been trained in real life to call this the debris shelter. Select the option you want to build. It lays a blueprint on the ground and turns white when it's a valid area. At this point, you'll need to pick up your sticks again. Part of the game mechanic. And then start filling in the blueprint with the materials. This is why I suggested gathering the materials ahead of time so they're handy to literally pick up and grab. In addition to the 4 long sticks and several average sticks, you're also going to need to grab a few pieces of vines, which are of course hanging off the trees. Once you've got the cordage and the structures lashed together, we're going to go back up to the leaf pile that we created, and I believe you're maxed out at about 6 at a time. 1, 2, 4. Maybe I'm incorrect. I thought it was... Okay, yeah, that goes... You are limited to 6 at a time. Believe me, I tried. So it'll take 2 armloads worth of leaves, which if you've ever tried to build a shelter in real life, that's getting off real lucky for building a shelter. But then we just click and add the leaves onto the shelter. So you'll want to grab a second armful of leaves, possibly even a third to get that last leaf. I find it a little bit odd. It asks for like 13 leaves and you can carry 6. Frankly, we're talking leaves here. I think I could handle 12 in one go. Now, I'll be honest, I don't live in this climate. Maybe the palm leaves are a lot heavier than I thought, but getting the point. Okay, that's 11. I need to get 2 more leaves, but I'm pretty certain I still have some. Oh, okay. I'll need to pick up some more. One moment. And one more palm tree down provides the supplies. Once that's done and you can see the Z's, congratulations. You have a hut shelter you can actually live in. Go ahead and throw down excess supplies, but don't go too far with them. You'll need them for tomorrow's builds. Wow. And that took me till about almost 2 a.m. on day 1. But as someone who's actually built shelters in real life, I can believe that. But the bottom line is I've actually built a shelter that I can actually sleep. And by sleeping and using the shelter, that's how you actually save the game. Because when we go up to this, that's when we actually have the option to sleep and to save our progress finally. As well as, restore your energy, because that's how you're actually going to maintain your health. Click and hold. And you do want to watch the time to kind of time when you wake up. I've had a hard day, so I'll sleep in a little bit. And then click E to save your game in the morning dawn. Thank God. You do not want to know how many times I died trying to figure this out. If this helped you out or just made you smile, drop a comment down below. If you want to know more, that's what playlists are for. And if you want to know if I live to see tomorrow, leave a like and subscribe. I'm Commander Tom, and I will see you next time. Thanks.